Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War campaign. We don't have one for 3 weeks. Day 1 of I guess 21. But I don't know, I'm dividing it into 0.3s. We'll have 16.3, 16.60, 16.9s, let's roll like that one. And yeah, we're just gonna do like a 21-day thing. Count it down. That'll just keep doing it every set of 7. I don't know. But this is a very long gap of no campaign. I think it's actually the longest since campaigns have existed that we haven't had campaigns. But of course, this is just them starting it back up next year. Basically just during the holidays. Well, we just don't have campaigns. What we do have, though, is a holiday event. We haven't covered the video yet. Soon TM intensifying. But I hope to get it out tonight or very early tomorrow. But yeah, we do need to still go over, well, everything. We have the teams for most of it, Bill. I just need to go make a few more for the other things. Just haven't had time today. But hopefully we'll be able to catch up, because I'm still behind on a few other things, too. We still need to go cover the new Celestial Dragons from last week. Wednesday will be the week mark, so we'll probably aim for that day. And a bunch of other stuff. But, of course, event video will be first priority. But just as a brief overview, of course, we do have the winter event going on. Basically spend 50 gems every day, and you'll be good to go. As far as the armors are concerned, this is the same armor we had last year, so if you played last year and got that armor, you're good to go. And if not, well, go earn it this year. But otherwise, you'll just need one of the armor if you didn't get it last year, one of the pet, and then just use a blue orb to max it. One of the troop, and then a blue orb to max it. 6 of the pet. 5 will get the initial pet max, and one additional one will get you a golden version of it that you can max at a later point. And if you want to go for it, go for the Power Orb. It is a very cheap way to get a Power Orb. It's basically a couple hundred gems for a Power Orb, the cheapest you can ever get them. And it's generally advised doing so every holiday event, especially if you don't have the mythics that require it. Being Zul'Goth, Catharix, and Enraged Karandar in that order. But yeah, this eye is actually pretty good. Not because of his ability. His ability is really bad. It does a bunch of mana to all other allies, then summons either Ragnagord, Nutcracker, Tango Bomb, and Kris Kringle. And for any of you that picked up on that, that is every Christmas pet we've ever had. Ragnagord was in 2014, the very first one, 9 years ago. And I forget when all these other ones were, other than Kris Kringle, which crashed the game back in 2022. Actually, now that I think about it, wasn't this 2021, 2022, 2023? Oh, no, sorry, I did that off by one. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Ragnagord is definitely from 2014. I remember that. He was the first, actually, he was the second troop ever added to the game through an event, oddly enough. But yeah, 2014 for Ragnagord. I think Nutcracker was 2020. Then Tannenbaum would have been 2021. Kris Kringle was obviously last year in 2022. And this is the guy for 2023, as far as holiday pets are concerned. But yeah, he summons all the old holiday pets, or, you know, the Christmas ones. But that's not what makes him good. The thing that makes him good is his final trait. He has a 100% chance to create a wish gem every single turn. This almost makes him better than the Mythic, somehow, which is kind of funny. But it basically makes him better than, what is it, Fairy Godmother? If I can spell it correctly. But that basically makes him a better Fairy Godmother. Ignore the ability. But it has a 50% chance to convert a yellow gem into a wish gem when its turn begins, which requires 2 things, you landing 50% and there being at least 1 yellow on the board. But the other guy, he just creates one, 100% of the time. Well, assuming he's not stunned. But neither of them have immune to stun, so it doesn't really matter in that regard. Just put a bless on her or something, or just hope it doesn't get stunned. But yeah, it is perfectly consistent compared to Fairy Godmother. That means as long as you have a board clear every single turn, you will trigger a wish gem, which is very, very, very strong. He doesn't have a way to do it off of his ability, but just the one guarantee one that he does it every single turn is already going to be enough. That's guaranteed going to be one of your troops to full mana every turn, as long as you have a way to break it. So if you have multiple things on your team that can break it, one thing to keep in mind, he does not himself have a way to break it. But if the other 3 things in your team have any amount of board control that you could break a wish gem with, particularly extra turn related board control, there's going to be situations where he's actually better than a Mythic Fairy Godmother. So it'd be interesting to see how that pans out. It is still a very niche mechanic using wish gems, but there will be situations where it is a better wish gemmer than the wish gem Mythic. So it'd be interesting to see how that pans out. Also, a really great cheap alternative. Because a lot of people might not have Fairy Godmother, but it's really easy to get this guy. All you have to do is just do this event over the next 2 weeks, and you'll easily get him. Very cheap. You could even do it with your free battles if you don't want to spend any gems at all, though it is advised to spend 50 gems a day. Speaking of which, might as well start here. We keep talking about it. We're probably going to go for the troop first, so we can cover a video on it on Wednesday or Thursday. On the big pile of videos we need to go cover. Then we'll probably go for the pet. Then we'll go for the Power Orb, because obviously we have the armor already, so no need to go for that. As far as blue teams are concerned, did I make any yet? I don't think I have. Did I? I know I have blue teams ready to go. I'm just not sure if I have blue teams for that ready to go. Did I make one yet? No. Wait, it's blue PvP. Where's blue holiday? Did I make one yet? No. Did I make one yet? No. Okay, let's go make one. I see. That or grab the PvP blue team and just work from there. I'm not sure if I want to run the same one. Well, obviously for the video, we'll show something different. But even for now, I'm not sure I want to run the same one. Oh yeah, also, a couple things to explain about PvP while we're here. Apparently only the middle ring ended up switching, which that makes sense. Comment that someone made on one of the other videos earlier. I did not realize it would only be the inner ring, so I guess next week will be the outer ring, and then it's inner ring and just keep swapping back and forth. That's weird. Because one of them is actually the exact same, yellow. Obviously we had yellow last week, and well, we have yellow again this week. So apparently they can repeat. And then the outer ring will switch next time around, but it could repeat some of the same ones. Like we might still have a Strix next week, even though the outer ring is going to get reset. But yeah, the middle ring got reset this time, and yellow was a repeat. So the only two different ones are purple, which has 1.5 billion options, and blue, which has slightly less options, but still some pretty good options. Most notably, true damage. We also have pretty good Grey King value, as well as blue book if you want to go down the book route. Anyways, we'll start with this, and then probably completely scrap this team for a completely different team. But let's start from here. What are we doing? Blue event. So basically, we just need a quick kill team. That's the only thing that really matters here, so let's go build a quick kill team. Also, hello everyone, by the way. I haven't said any of the hellos yet. Well, actually might as well right now. Hello everyone! Also, I need a sip of water. I didn't grab a water, did I? Hello, Bill. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Imperial. Hello, Mr. Z. Hello, Chad. Hello, hello, Michael. Hello, Supernova. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Minnie. Hello, Haley. Hello, yeah. Hello, Ajonian. Hello, Vanessa. Hello, too. Hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so let's go build a blue team. What do we want to build? So, strongest blue that has all enemies, Diamantina. Do we want to build into Diamantina? Tempting. Can we build into Diamantina efficiently with pure blue? I'm tempted to just go pure truffle. Because we have access to, you know what? I'm probably just going to show this for the video. This also counts as cheap team. Yeah, it does. Because all the legends on this are cheap legends. Yeah, we actually have access to Truffle Loop. The true Truffle Loop, the Mirage Queen version. Because there shouldn't be any Submerge here, I'm pretty sure. And as long as there's no Submerge here, this team will work. It is Forest Troll, Double Truffle, Mirage Queen. And even if there is, you could just offset it and then go, like, hero with the spell or something. Like on mech class or something. But anyways, I need to go get a water. I am, like, completely parched right now. But yeah, we'll run, like, something like this team. Not with that banner, though. I need, like, a green, blue, +2 green, +1 blue, minus something we don't use. Why does this banner not exist? Why does this banner not exist at all? I always look for this anytime I'm trying to build this team. And it never exists. Oh, yeah, we do have a better one for that one. I almost forgot. Yeah, that's the one that basically goes for this. The +2 green, +1 brown, -1 yellow. But there's still not one for the +2 green, blue one. Yeah, this will work. And it doesn't matter what hero class we're using. Anyways, I'll be back in 1 minute. I need to go get a water. And then we'll go do these battles, go into everything else, go from there, do a bunch of PvP. I'm going all the way to 6.5 today. I didn't put it in the title. But we're not stopping until we get to 6.5 PvP rating, even if it takes like 2 hours. Actually, I say that now. Maybe we should spread it out a little. No, we'll go for the whole thing. Might as well. But anyways, I'll be back in a second. We're back. We're back, we're back, we're back. And I have gotten a fresh water. Oh gosh, so thirsty. Get down like half this water in a second. Anyways, where were we? So, battles. Let's go do these. We're just running Truffle Infinite Loop. The really loopy version. But then again, I don't have Greenstorm on this team. So we could easily add it. Just replace that Mirage Queen. I don't think we're really going to need it. Biggest downside is team, no Empower. But there isn't really too many good Empower blues for mana, for the most part. So this will be fine. Oh, also, you can use your gold battle whenever, by the way. It actually doesn't matter if you save it for a specific time. It's actually rather pointless in that regard. It's basically just an extra sigil that looks slightly different. Like, it doesn't do anything special. It just gives you, like, 10 static extra points. But since it just gives you 10 extra points, you can use it whenever. So it doesn't matter if you use it on your first battle or your 20th. Like, it's not like Underspire where, like, you use your lantern somewheres and it doubles whatever you're getting. That's not what this does. The gold battles here literally are just a sigil with 10 extra points on them. Like 10 of these little point thingies. So they are pretty pointless why they even exist. Other than to have like a bundle where they could sell like a thingy in it. I think it's like 10 bucks to buy them all or something. Which isn't really that worth it. You can easily get all rewards for very cheap. As I mentioned, pretty much just 50 gems a day. Not pretty much, literally. One day you do have to spend 100 gems though. As in 150 total. But as long as you're putting 50 a day into it, you'll be able to get all rewards, or all useful rewards. Which is 1 armor, 1 power orb, 1 copy of the troop, and 6 copies of the pet. That's all you need. When you invasion, check the stage. Check the stage, gem icon. It gets wonky. Oh yeah, I saw that earlier. I did see that when I was going through the menus. But yeah, there's a lot more glitches with that on mobile, but even on PC I saw that one, which really caught me off guard. Because I see a lot of visual glitches on mobile. But that one was also on PC, which is kind of interesting. Very rare do you see a visual glitch like that on PC. I said hello, Lester. Welcome. Oh, did I not say hello to Lester? I thought I did. Oh, also, you always want to power up, by the way. Or at least later in the game. But even earlier in the game, you likely want to try to. Like, this loop, this team is literally infinite loop. Just replace 1 truffle for, any hero class you have that has Greenstorm. And you'll be good to go. Ideally Warden, because it also has Dispel, though. I don't think we'll have to deal with it. I'm pretty sure we're not going to have to deal with Submerge. I sure hope not. But I went down the double truffle route. It's slightly less loopy, but it still does exactly what it needs to do, so it's fine. Like, you don't get Greenstorm, but it doesn't really need Greenstorm to loop. It's just convenient. I said hello, Logic Slayer. Welcome, welcome. What's that about? The Alliance button will be added in a future patch. What it will do, I have not the slightest clue. But if I had to guess, it is probably a co-op mode, or PvP mode, or something that you have to do every single week mode. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Some things with the PvP thing that we did learn. People were mentioning it, and it does appear to be the case. While you do need 6,500 every single week for this, and this gets reset, like your weekly number. One thing that does not get reset is your total number. So right now, my total number is... also, how on earth am I in second place by doing nothing? I guess almost no one in my bracket's playing. Oh, it's all like level 1,000 something. That's weird. Yeah, we're almost first place without doing anything. That's kind of funny. I've played like 0 battles, and we're still like first place in our ladder almost. Well, technically second place. But anyways, what was I saying? I was saying something about something. Oh yeah, the total number. Where can I even see the total number? I saw it earlier. I think it's in the PvP shop. But yeah, this number over here, it actually tracks your season VP. So this one actually doesn't get reset. All your other numbers do. Like for example, for your PvP goal where you need 6.5k every single week, that gets reset every week. The numbers that you need for the ladders, like to make your top 30 as well as your top, you know, the leaderboard thingy, those get reset every week. However, there is another number, and this is your league VP number. Currently, in the current state of the game, this number means absolutely nothing, what total you get after X amount of time. But once we get into Season 1 of the leagues, or whatever they're going to be calling them, the PvP leagues, or maybe it's associated to the Alliance system, who knows. But this number will likely do something. What that something is, who knows? Maybe some kind of reward. Currently, the only thing it really does is unlock milestones. So, for example, after X amount of time, you know, after we get 80,000 there, we'll be able to go get shiny keys. If you haven't already gotten the 20,000, you can get 20,000 and start unlocking the deed books, which is pretty much the only thing you currently use that currency on, unless you want to put it on the pets. But yeah, this number will keep going up across the entire season. We're currently in Season 0, but beyond being able to buy like these 2 thingies, they currently do nothing. Your total VP. The only thing that really matters is your weekly VP currently, which is applied to this. So you can get your 6,500 each week, as well as your 2 leaderboards. The one that is for your 30, as well as the one that includes, you know, everyone in the entire game. And ideally, we'll make first place on this, which based on our competition should be completely free. And I see no way that we're going to knock it first. Mostly because for whatever reason, did you guys get this too? It only paired me with people around level 1000, like slightly above 1000. And, you know, while people slightly above 1000 are active, they're not like, you know, this active. Like you check leaderboard, the average level is like 1700. So to have only be up against level 1, oh, actually, I'm not wrong. There's someone who's 773 or 737. Aside from that one outlier, like everyone on leaderboards, like an average of 1,700 plus around there. So the fact that every single person that I'm up against, and I'm pretty sure everyone, I assumed it worked pretty similarly for, it's going to be really easy. Because generally speaking, not always, but with very few outliers, anyone around like this level range, if you're playing pretty actively, you should be able to get past these. Like I pretty much did like the daily amount of PvP, and we're already pretty much first place. And we'd even go for the 1 point or 6.5k yet or anything else like that. Also, they're not up against us, so even if we go to a high number, they're not going to try to pass us necessarily, because they're only competing with the people in their bracket thingy, not up against us specifically. Like we're up against them, but they're not up against us essentially. But anyways, let's go do other things. First, let's go do, because we're gonna do plenty of PvP to stream. But anyways, let's go keep doing our holiday battles. Never mind, we finished them. But there we go. And we'll keep doing this every single day until we have all the rewards. Going for this guy first. And we should have him on Wednesday and have a video on him on Thursday. Should be the plan. And that'll be him. I'm curious to see how his wish gem mechanic works. Obviously, he's basically just cheaper. He could be described as basically cheaper Fairy Godmother. If you don't have Fairy Godmother, you can earn him for only 400 points this week. And he will essentially serve the exact same role. Except instead of having a better ability, it has a summon on its ability. Which is not awful, but situationally worse, I guess. But his trait is better, but his ability is worse. But otherwise, he's basically Fairy Godmother. But with better trait, but worse ability. Which is a trade-off that in some situations will be better than her. Which is kind of funny, given that he's only a legend. But anyways, let's go do other things now. So, invasion event, I guess? So invasion event's pretty straightforward this week. Just kill everything. As far as invasion team, we should probably set up an AoE'er. However, for the teams, I end up basically just going with 2 different variants of use to 2 invasion troops that do 5 times damage. The guy that we got this time around is the Jordran. The one from last time is the Stonebiter. Then you just run that with a Flame Troll to feed them all mana. And if you need a really cheap option, you run the new Mace that came out literally this week, which you're probably already getting just from buying Tier 3. And if you want to upgrade from that, you run Wand, and that's pretty much the game plan there. However, for the super early fights, we're not going to be doing that strategy. Actually, I do need to go carry him before I forget, though. That I do need. Where's the guy I just got rid of? You do have to carry him on your team for 2 times as many points. However, our solution for the rest is none of those. Is Black Manacle! Or Dawnbringer or something. I just realized we don't have a full AoE weapon that uses every color, do we? Wand, you don't count. You don't do damage. Not even the Ruby counts. While it's really strong, it doesn't do all colors. It only does 3. Oh, we need that. That needs to be the next 6-color weapon. A 6-color weapon that hits all enemies for like an okay amount of damage. Doesn't have to be anything insane. But, you know, like a 30-something mana cost full AoE weapon. Doesn't even need to have a side effect. It just needs to be all colors. But anyways, we'll roll with that. We'll roll with that. Do we have any good Empower under Giant? I want to say the answer is no. Yeah, the answer is no. That's the problem. What do we do for mana? Or do we just don't? There's a possibility we just don't. We could do red. We could do yellow. Do I just go Dawnbringer then? Interesting. Better go the Ruby Mask thing. Wow, we really don't have good mana here if I just want an AoE wipe. That's not ideal. I'm leaning towards Dawnbringer then. Just run Dawnbringer for the higher damage range. And run it with the Firelink guy. Run our Dawnbringer there. Because I'm not going to go Dusk, I don't think, for it. Go for the other Link. We have 2 different options. I guess we'll go Zephyrus. And there we go. There's our team. And since we're going heavy into yellow, might as well go super heavy into yellow. Plus 2 yellow, plus 1 blue. I hate this so much. Why does this banner have to exist? Why can't you give us a different one? Because every time I do this, I'm always like, oh, I gotta go into red instead. Because this banner works. You can minus something you don't need, but you can't do it with plus 2 yellow, plus 1 blue. You have to go plus 2 yellow, plus 1 red. As there is currently not a plus 2 yellow, plus 1 blue banner that works with Dawnbringer teams. It always minuses a color you actually need, like red or something. Anyways, I think we're good to go. We're just going to run this for the super early fights, then switch to a real team. But for now, this should be fine. Let's see. You buy Jordan from tier 4. No, you get him from tier 2. Doing tier 4 gives you more copies of him, but you only need to get to tier 2 to get a copy of him. Essentially what he does during the event, aside from being absurdly good for the invasion event, is he gives you 2 times as many tower kills. But you buy him off of tier 2. Tier 1 gives you basically nothing, but you have to get it. Tier 2 gives you 1 copy of the troop, and now you have him. Tier 3 gives you the weapon, and this is like the bare minimum buy-in. Because you do want to make sure you get that weapon, because it saves you from having to buy it in the future. And everything from there is optional. You can still max this guy out, which is 2 blue orbs. Earlier on in the game, you might not want to do that. However, later in the game, it's worthwhile to save the gems than it is to buy an extra tier or 2. So, I generally just buy the tier 3 and double blue orb the new guy. And that's what we did here, off stream already. But that's generally the strategy. But if you're tight on blue orbs because you're still earlier in the game, you might want to buy... Well, you could either buy to tier 4. You definitely want to buy to at least tier 3. Tier 4 you could do, and then have him at legendary, and then you can decide if you want to use 1 more blue orb to get into mythic. But otherwise, using him not fully upgraded isn't that big a deal. Like, him being upgraded doesn't really mean anything. Simply just having him on your team is double points. So you can get away with a tier 3 and just use him as an epic rarity. You technically don't have to ascend him. The only thing that ascending him does is it gives him more damage on his skulls and his ability. But you don't need that to get double points. You simply just have to have him on your team. It's not like some other modes. Oh, you also get double magic from it. But it's not like some other modes where you also get more points from upgrading it further. Invasion event as well as raid event, you actually get the full amount of points simply from plopping on your team, even if you don't upgrade it at all. So yeah, invasion and raid events, you can actually get away with just keeping it as is. So you can get away with just a tier 3 buy-in completely, and just not even upgrade him at all. Well, not at all, but you know what I mean. Don't like ascend him, or you don't have to ascend him. Because him at epic rarity is still full points. Whereas some other modes you actually do have to upgrade it for full points, but this is not one of those modes. Like for example, Bounty Hunter, you have to, I'm trying to think of another one. Journey events. Like Bounty Hunter and Journey events, you have to max them in order to get the full points. But for raids and evasions, you can actually keep them completely unupgraded and just simply have them on your team and it'll still give you full points. Which is pretty convenient. So it's a mode that you can spend a little bit less on earlier in the game. Can you please tell you what the pet rescue team is? I just run Diamantine a quick kill. I don't have one saved of it. But the team is, oh gosh, what is it? I think it's Thrall. It's Thrall. That one green troop that gives a bunch of magic to your last slot. Empress? Yeah, Empress. It's Thrall, Empress, Diamantina, Leprechaun, I believe was the team. I don't have it saved anywhere, but I believe that's the team. It's the one I personally use. You only have to use Empress on the 7th and 8th battle. It one-shots everything else. You could run a different team for the first 6 fights if you really wanted to. Because it is a little bit slower than a few other teams. But I have it set up that way so we can one-shot 7th and 8th battle. Just so I don't have to switch out the team at all. Because personally, I just feel like it's really annoying switching out pet teams. The optimal way to do a lot of pet battles is to use one team for the first several fights and to switch to a different team for the last few. But I just keep it the same the whole time. It makes it a little bit slower, but it makes it so you don't have to copy-paste 2 teams each time. Which is just more convenient. But yeah, we'll clear through this. We'll go clear through... Oh yeah, we don't have to do trials either, do we? Wait, do we have the Stormheim pet? I think we do already, right? Let me go double check. I actually completely forgot. I believe we do, right? Penguin? Do we have Penguin? I feel like we have Penguin. I feel like we did this before. I gotta double check. Do we have Penguin? Yeah, we have Penguin. Alright, we don't actually have to do this trial event. Yeah, the only ones we still have to do it for are Cinder Mirage, Magrim Woods, Sword's Edge, Kazeel, and Shentang. Otherwise, we kind of just ignore their existence. I'll probably still explain it in the video. But as far as actually doing it this stream, we don't actually have to do it. Because we've already done it. It's just those 5 are the only 5 that we're missing. Anyways. Alright, let's go and continue. Get this event done. Oh, do I need this pet? Might as well double check. It feels nice getting a pet almost every hour because everyone in the guild's doing a lot more PvP than normal. So we're seeing one pretty much every hour pop up. Which feels weird because normally you only get to see that during Vault events these days. But pretty much since the PvP update, we've been getting almost perpetually. Which is pretty nice. Just because everyone's doing PvP now. Not sure how short-lived that's going to be because, you know, some people burn out on PvP pretty quickly. But the overall amount of people doing more PvP is kind of nice. At least on Mondays as well. Because one nice thing about Mondays is you have to do 6.5k. Oh yeah, we also have the Holiday Tower. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, we got the new Holiday Tower. Unfortunately, this isn't player-owned. But yeah, it doesn't really do much. But they have a festive tower for some events. Like Halloween has one, Christmas has one, I believe Easter has one. I don't think any other holiday does, oddly enough. Like, those 3 holidays have a special invasion tower. So we have the Christmas tower right now. Doesn't really do anything much different. But a little festive tower during the event. If anything, it's actually easier than a lot of the normal towers. So I guess it's kind of helpful in a sense. Because it makes the battle slightly easier. Yeah, deals some damage to an enemy and enchants a random ally. So I guess the enchant random ally can be a little bit annoying. But overall, its side effect isn't really that bad. There's also one less tower that doesn't have armor. Like, you know, that one really annoying brown-blue one that has infinite armor, pretty much. Oh, you're not dead. How'd you have to use the virus's ability for what it's actually meant to do? For once. Yeah, you can do it with the Ruby weapon as well. Ruby weapon's pretty good for running pet battles. I personally run the Diamantina build. It's a little bit slower on the first 6, but allows you to one-shot the final 2. Well, technically you can one-shot all the battles. But its mana just takes a little bit to get up on the first 6. But I believe it's one of the more optimal teams for the final 2, as it has one-shot capability. You just click it once and it all dies. If I click once, I mean cycle through it all. Like an Empress into a Diamantina one-shots the highest level pet battles. We're getting to the point where we are slowing down with the AoE build, so we got to use a real team soon. Luckily, I think... excuse me, I think I already built the real team, so we're good to go. Just copy-paste and be good to go. We'll have the video up soon, TM. For all the copy-pastes. I hope to get that out tonight, otherwise really early tomorrow morning. I mean really early, because I gotta leave by like 9 tomorrow for the movie theater. Going for the festive holiday movies tomorrow. Gosh, I haven't been in one in ages. That's kind of sad. The one that is near me actually shut down during the pandemic. There's not like a close movie theater. I'm finally going to see one tomorrow. Whatever I need to do, gotta get done before 9 then. Because otherwise, I probably won't be free until like 3 or 4 p.m. tomorrow. Between everything. Which is why I want to try getting it done tonight. Before I go to bed. Most of it's already done. Honestly, the longest part is normally just getting all the teams and just recording it. Everything else doesn't take that long. You can easily make a thumbnail during the time it takes for it to upload. You got your first Overworld shiny yesterday on the DLC? Nice. Which one was it? I'll technically spoil one Pokemon, but I don't really mind. I don't really care which ones have returned or not. I shouldn't say that. Like, it does matter. But one single one won't hurt. Yeah, what shiny did you get? Because I know for sure they didn't bring all Pokemon back. As cool as that would be. You're not telling? Okay, well, I'll find out on Wednesday then. I do still plan to stream it on Wednesday, hopefully. I do have a bunch of stuff I need to get done before Wednesday, before I can 100% confirm that, though. But I do hope to stream it on Wednesday and Thursday this week. Fingers crossed. You'll send me the image on Wednesday? Okay. I keep getting caught up with stuff. I feel like I will over the next 2 weeks. Until probably like January 2nd. Expect my schedule to be slightly skewed. Like, we'll still be doing everything. But, you know, like, some Monday videos might be a little delayed. Some of the other stuff might be slightly delayed here and there. Until, like, January 2nd. I will try to get everything on time as possible. Just going to be doing a lot of random stuff throughout the day, a lot of days. Also called a bunch of people today for wishing them happy holidays a little early. Still will be on Christmas as well. I just like to check in before I actually say hi for the holidays. Not to make it seem like I'm just calling them only on holidays. So like before a major holiday, I normally call a bunch of family like a week beforehand. Or some amount of time. This time it happened to be a week. Just so it doesn't seem like I'm only calling right on the holidays. Which, in theory, I technically am. But I try to make it seem slightly less so. What do I need to do here? Take that one over. Actually, it's kind of funny because the storm that hit me the other day that made the electricity go off, it actually just hit my dad the other day as well. Because, you know, it goes through cycles. So it hit through that area like the other day. Like, not the other day, but, you know, like whatever it is, like a day and a half later. What do we need here? We'll throw that down. Oh, so I need to switch to a real team. We're deep enough where we actually need a real team now, I think. Oh, I just realized we're almost out of sigils. Oh, you know what? We're just gonna run this team into the ground then. Might as well. Would I rather have a Taurus or a Miltank steak? What a weird question. Actually, I had some Agile steak the other day. It's normally not a food I go for too often. I think I already mentioned it. Because my mom works at a place that does a bunch of catering. When it hits like some of the more major holidays, they generally get better foods in. And they have some kind of really high quality steak. I forget exactly what it's called. Like the brand or like the exact actual name or grade of the steak. But it's one of the slightly higher ones, and gosh, was it good. It's one of those ones, if you went out for it, it would probably cost like upwards of 50 bucks. I got like 2 whole slaps of it for free, so it was pretty nice. Because otherwise they just would have thrown it out. So they just give it to their employees at the end. Yeah, it was really good. I've had it over the last few days. Wagyu steak? I have no clue what it's called specifically. Let's see. What do we need here? We'll take our blue. Which I think that's the first time I've had steak all year now that I think about it. Steak's not really a food I go out of my way for. Well, it's because it's so expensive and I don't even like it that much. Like, I don't hate the taste. But, like, the price to my enjoyment ratio is way out of whack that I would never buy it. Unless I had a way to, like, eat it for free or nearly for free, I would basically never go out of my way for steak. As I'm not that big of a fan of steak, but, you know, I'll eat steak. Like, a good steak's pretty good. I would never go out of my way for steak, ever. Unless it was nearly free or literally free. That's not what I want. Vampires hate steaks as well. There we go. Invasion's completed. Alright, what do we still have? Also, why is our gem stack so big? What happened? When did we get so many gems? Speaking of gems, For any of you that don't know, completing an invasion gives you 65 gems and an orb. We haven't finished it yet, so we haven't gotten the orb, but there's those 65 gems. It actually has one of the highest payouts of any mode that you could do for free. You could actually spend 0 gems on invasion and still get that many back. It pays for itself more so than pretty much any other mode, other than maybe like Bounty Hunter for free. The invasion gives you a lot of loot back. Not counting everything you get for your guild, you get 65 gems and an orb. 65 gems for doing all these fights, and then the orb once we clear out that one tomorrow. So not too bad. Man, anyways, plus all the normal loot you get from any of these kind of modes. Anyways, pet rescue, check. Oh yeah, pet rescue. I can actually show the team. Isabel was asking for it earlier. But it's Throughout, Empress, Leprechaun, Diamantina. Why do I have it like that? I should probably have it like that, right? There we go. Team is fixed. But anyways. What do we still need to go do? Obviously, Underspire. Honestly, I might just skip it today. I have a lot of PvP we need to go do. I want to hit 6.5k today. So I think I'm just going to buy my torches for Underspire and just not even touch it till tomorrow night. And just delay our Underspire for a day. Because we got to do a lot of PvP. I'm not stopping to stream until we have 6.5k PvP rating. Is there anything else we have to do? Because I think we're just grinding PvP. At least we can go show all the teams for all the places, because I need to hop everywhere anyways. So this will be a bit of a preview. Though, in the video, I'm not really going to need to explain that many. Because I could actually just reference the previous video and just go over to 2 new teams. Which is how I'm going to be going about it. Next week, we might have to cover some more teams, because so many of them are going to switch. But there's only 2 different teams this time around. So hello, Roki. Welcome, welcome. Gosh, I just downed the whole water bottle in like half an hour. Though I could easily have downed it quicker if I would have paid attention to it. Also, how has it been half an hour already? Anyways, are we done with all dailies? Oh wait, let me go check adventure board in this. Complete a delve. And what's on adventure board? Nothing. Actually, I should say nothing. 10 gems is a lot of gems. It's not a lot of gems, but it is a lot of gems. Relative to how many seconds it takes to take it. Case in point, I clicked a button and we got 1 gem. If you could just click a button to get 1 gem infinitely, I guess there technically is. It's called tribute every hour. Oh, there we go. And the reason I'm using this team is it's actually a common fight, which means Dust Devil can actually take out them all. The Dust Devil quick kill team. And there we go, 10 gems in under a minute. Anyways, in other news, we did that. Let's go do dungeon. Let's go do, 1 delve, I guess, technically. We have to do it for the thing. Alright, we got Frozen and Curse, which means everyone will get frozen, including our Zolgoth and everyone. Well, that's not nice. Luckily, there's a medal for that. And it's not any of those. Yeah, there we go. I was like, gosh, I need another water. Why do I feel so lightheaded? Not sure what that's from. I feel like overheated for some reason. Can't really think of why. Up. Yeah, you're still frozen. You didn't get Orpheusted, did you? There we go. You must stream with Elify for 15 minutes? Well, at some point, not right now. Oh, you know what I did have today while I was out, though? I think I mentioned it the other stream when I was hungry. Because I always talk about food whenever I'm hungry. But I finally went back to that barbecue place. And it's just as good as it's ever been. Oddly enough, they actually changed how they did their fries, though. They still taste the same, but they do it like waffle fries instead of like cut fries. I guess it's just easier for them. Or maybe just wanted a different design. I have no clue why. But yeah, they have a waffle pattern now. I find it kind of funny because, oh gosh, what's that one place? The Sawmill in New Jersey also went for waffle fries instead of like cut fries. I find it weird that a lot of places are starting to switch over to waffle ones. I don't know, maybe something about it's just easier to cook quickly. In like a fast food kind of environment. I'm not really sure what the reasoning is. But I assume it just cooks better than a solid thing. is the main thing I can think of. Because there's less space between each thing compared to putting like a gigantic piece of potato or sweet potato. It's it can cook a lot more evenly if it's waffle shaped, which I think is the reason for the waffle shape. Just so we can get a more even cook in a quicker amount of time. What's the team code for a holiday event? What did I even run? I don't remember. Wait, did I copy paste the team? I sure hope I did. What did I run? I think I already have it saved. Yeah, we'll be covering them in the video soon, TM, but we'll go check it real quick. I already forget. I believe I ran Truffle Infinite Loop. It was Forest Troll, Double Truffle, Mirage Queen, I believe. Actually, that sounds exactly the team. I just realized something, though. Well, this is not going to take that long to go manually go remake that team. But I don't think I can copy-paste it now. Because after you've done all your holiday battles, you can't go and go back in that menu. It'll take, like, literally a minute to rebuild that team, though. I'm not sure what other team to show, though, because that's kind of like the low rarity and the high rarity team. I guess I'm going to show something different for high rarity, I guess. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I just ran Truffle Loop. But I can't actually go grab the team. Oh, no, I can't. Never mind. Yeah, I just can't do another battle. Yeah, it was Forest Troll, Double Truffle, Mirage Queen. And that's technically the cheaper team. But also the team we're probably going to use the whole time. Holiday Low. That'll be that one. I just need to make a Holiday High team. Not sure what I'll make it. Maybe we'll do something... I don't know. What's really good? I guess we could just run a Diamantina or, what's his name team? I'll probably build it into, like, Diamantina build, I guess. But this is probably the one I'm using the whole time. It's good enough. It's Forest Troll, Double Truffle, Mirage Queen. Also happens to be the cheaper team. And also the team we're probably just going to use the whole time anyways. Alright, dungeon complete, that complete. I just gotta do one delve, and then we do PvP for the rest of the stream, it looks like. Because I want to hit 6.5k tonight. So this stream does not end until we hit 6.5k. So we can get the full amount of bonus every single day. Alright, the only thing we have to go do is... I gotta go run one cycle of Rowan Quick Kill here. Because our EXP booster is locked behind doing a delve. So we gotta go out of our way to go do a delve, unfortunately. Luckily it takes, like, not even a minute. This is a minute that we wouldn't have to do if we got a better task there. I'll say hello, Supplement, if I didn't say hi. Welcome, welcome. Wait, why's my Leprechaun not in last slot? I was clicking there because that's normally where I put my Leprechaun. A little bit weird to have Mirage Queen there instead. Doesn't really matter, though. I'm just used to clicking last slot on this team. And there we go, not even a minute. And as our EXP booster complete. For a later point that is not today. Alright, that's everything completed then. Alright, let's go do PvP. So, PvP, of course. Even though your big VP number keeps going up, your small VP number does not. So you gotta get your VP up every single week, ideally on Monday, because if you do, you will get a bunch of extra loot. Actually, do you? Never mind. It's based on your rank. Wait, I didn't even think about that. It actually doesn't matter if you do it all Monday, does it? Wait. Your daily... Wait. I didn't even think about that till just now. Wait, why don't it give me 5, though? It should be giving me 6. Huh, why didn't it give me 6? 11 hours ago. That would have been 7 a.m. No, 9 a.m., I mean. So when I woke up this morning. Why don't it give me 5? Isn't it supposed to give me 6? Because it's based on your rank. But that should go up to like 10 by the end. Why do we only get 5? Unless it still counts it from the previous week. Well, we'll find out if we get 6 tomorrow. But anyways, I still gotta do it all tonight. Why not? Yeah, I don't think there's actually a reason to. Other than, let's do it. Oh, also, we do start getting more points. I did mention this in the video. But you do get more points, 1 per league, up to 5 extra. Meaning eventually you'll get 15 for the central. 20 for the middle color ones. And 25 for the outer ones. But since we only moved up 1 rank, obviously since we can only move up 1 at a time, we are currently at 21. And if we go up 4 more ranks, we will be at the other number. 25. Forgot what it was for a second. Why do we have a mail for bands? Oh, that was Mary Band Miss last year. For whatever reason, the mail hasn't ever gone away. But yeah, that was from Mary Band Miss in 2022. When basically everyone got banned for using Kris Kringle a single time. Yeah, good times. I was actually banned exactly on Christmas, too. Like, our Christmas stream was literally just going over the preview that year. Because we were literally banned. But luckily we got banned like a few hours after that stream, so I was still able to do all the dailies and everything. They were banned literally on Christmas Day last year. Because of the Kris Kringle incidents. It was all false bans, though. And I'm pretty sure it was tied to his map accumulation. Because his map accumulation was way higher than what was ever possible prior. So it raised a bunch of red flags in their system, and almost everyone got banned. Not almost everyone, but a lot of people got banned. For no reason. And hopefully the same thing doesn't happen this year. I highly doubt it, though. Unless there's a ban for creating a wish gem every turn. Which there's not going to be anything that checks that. Also, we haven't handed out a code yet. Let's go hand out a code. This will probably be the only code we hand out for the stream, though, just because we are running a little low, and I do want to make sure we have some for the holidays. Actually, I say we're running a little low. We actually have, like, 20-something left. Actually, let me count. Yeah, like 20-something. Looks about right. But still want to save a ton for the holidays. Obviously, we'll hand out a bunch on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, or, you know, Christmas night of Christmas Day. We'll also, on Christmas night of Christmas Day, we will have, not to be confused with Christmas Eve, we will be handing out the Christmas pet for 2019. The Shelfun and Elf. The best pun in the entire game. It's still one of my favorite pets in the game. If you don't have it yet, you definitely need it for your collection. It is by far the best pun in the entire game, personally. There's a few other good wordplays on some troops with their flavor text. But I will still never get over the Shelf on the Elf. Not to be confused with the Shelf on the Elf. I mean the Elf on the Shelf. Which I literally just got confused on. Also, hello, Miss Insane Witch. Welcome, welcome. Hope all has been well. Also, hello, Jamie. If I didn't already say hi, I hope you've been doing well. Alright, we'll take that one over. Oh, yeah. It was probably based on previous league. So now starting tomorrow, we'll probably get the extra one. That's true. Because I believe you get up to 10 of them in Diamond League. Once you hit the highest league, I believe you get 10 silvers a day. Up from the 5 that we were getting initially if you were level 1000 plus as the update hit. Because everyone initially got Emerald League. Now we're in Sapphire. Which gives us an extra +1 on every single time we hit one of these objectives, as well as an extra +1 silver per day. Or silver mark. Which isn't a lot, but you know it adds up. Once you get Diamond rank, that's 10 a day. 70 a week. It's not a huge amount, but it's more than nothing. It definitely adds up over time. Especially for doing almost nothing. Well, I guess you do have to actually maintain Diamond rank. But I don't feel like Diamond rank is going to be that competitive. Like, it's going to be competitive. But you shouldn't have to do that much more grinds. Like, if you're able to get to Diamond rank, you're probably not losing Diamond rank that easily. For the most part. Though I guess it kind of depends what 30 you end up getting matched with. You might be up against the whole 30 that's the leaderboard. But generally speaking, you should get quite a lot of easier ones. Even in Diamond rank. Seems takes a lot longer to do the PvP nowadays. Well, it's mostly because we have to switch up our team a ton. And use things that are slightly less optimal than quick. But some of them are still really quick, like this Orc team. One way to speed it up if we want to go just for silver and not VP is actually to take the lower VP numbers. Since we theoretically only need to get 6,500 VP a week in the current state of the game, unless you're going for specific spots on either of your 2 leaderboards. But ignoring either of the 2 leaderboards, you only really have to get 6,500 every week. So if you're just going for the pets, it is actually better to not go for VP number, but go for whichever battle you can win quickest. Which, generally speaking, is going to be your first battle. I do a mix of both, though. Sometimes I go for one, sometimes I go for the other. But if your only goal is just to get, like, all the silver pets every week, it's actually better just to take the 1 trophy battle each time. You'll get less VP that way, but you'll be able to get the pet grind quicker. Also, can he not completely wipe my team? How are we losing? How did we almost lose this fight? I don't think I've ever seen 3 of them die a single time. And the dozens of times we've had to fight this thing already. That is the first time I've ever seen it come even remotely close to dying. If it's like Duolingo, it'll be a daily grind to not get demoted. Well, it only tracks at the end of the week. So technically it's not a daily grind, it's a weekly grind. Because the check for it only happens on the final day. So you could theoretically ignore PvP every single day, do it all on Sunday, and be good to go. But yes, there is a certain threshold in Diamond rank that you would need to get to be able to maintain it. What that threshold is, we don't really know. It depends how active the average person is in Diamond rank. But I don't know, we'll find out when we hit it. Because I don't feel like any of the ranks are going to be that competitive until we get to Diamond. And even then, it might still be kind of easy. At least relative to how much we play. But even then, I still feel like even on average, it might still be kind of easy. Like, if you're playing for an hour a day or longer, I feel like it'll be super easy to maintain Diamond rank. But I don't know, we'll find out. We don't really know until we get there. Even then, we don't really know until at least a couple weeks of Diamond rank. Once they have everything situated. Because the PvP system is still doing a lot of default stuff. Like, you could tell because we're not up against 1,000 Eye of Arguses. There should only be 2 teams I should be seeing on the opposing team right now, or all of us should be seeing, once the teams are actually populated. It is Empower Skull, and every Eye of Argus someone owns. Those are literally the only 2 teams you could basically run in 4 times Orc. The only exception being maybe offsetting it 1 with the Legend, so you get mana there. Every other team is just, you know for sure, it's just like random junk. Which is still doing right now. Because not a single one is even remotely coherent. But give it a couple of weeks once the system's fully in place. And every team is going to be so annoying. Be interesting to see how it pans out then. Because the PvP we have now is not the actual PvP we're going to have. As the system still initializes all the teams and everything. Be interesting to see how it pans out once it is. The Eye of Argus Wars and the Orcs. It's not even Orc battles. This is going to be which Eye of Argus team does more damage quicker. Just offsetting it with a hero weapon. I'm not even sure what the best offset hero weapon will be for that. I'm running Writhing Staff right now because Entangle and everything. I guess technically Wand. Just to play it super safe. I'm trying to think what else you could put there that would be like super safe against 3 Eyes of Argus. Or skulls in general. And Writhing Staff was the first thing that came to mind, so I put it there. But there's some other things you can run there depending on what you have. Just that's the first thing that comes to mind as far as countering everything. I guess you could technically run Red or Brown Book. Red Book should work on literally every single thing. It works on everything except one that empowers. Otherwise, it'll work on the 50% Mana Start guy. It works on the really high skull damage guy. It works on Eye of Argus. So, excuse me. Gosh, what's up with my throat today? But, yeah, I think Red Book might actually become the meta here. Excuse me, now I have hiccups. No! Gosh, I might need another water. I drank my other one. Might need a second water break. Especially since I might be here a little while. I'll be back in 1 minute. I need another water. Otherwise, I'm going to keep hiccup. I'll be back in a minute. We're back with 1 additional water. Gosh. Alright, let's try this again. Round 2. Anyways, where were we? What we're doing? Destroying this guy. Go. Boom. Did I eat nuts again? No. No, you would know if I ate nuts. I'd be very dead. Let's see. Well, likely very dead. Though I do have fresh EpiPens here. I'll probably get another pair in a couple months. Well, the ones I have should still last for at least another half a year to a year. Oh, so hello, Tyrion! Welcome, welcome. Well, you just got here. Oh, technically not, but I was having hiccups. I was having a hiccup episode. It's kind of weird. I don't tend to burp, especially since I've not been having caffeine, but even before then. I'm not sure why it is, but I like never burp these days. I simply just get a ton of hiccups instead of burps. It's really strange. I'm not sure what happened and when and how, because this happened before I quit soda for a year. I almost said caffeine. I have had caffeine this year, but it was before, even before I quit soda for a year, that would still happen. I'm not sure why. I pretty much never burp. It's just hiccups, but a lot of them. Not like evenly distributed hiccups, like a whole, like, multiple hiccups per second. A tapeworm from Discount Sushi? I did not have sushi. I barbecued today, though. And gosh, the prices did go up. I think it was like 16 bucks just for, like, a platter and 2 sides. I used to be as cheap as, like, $10 pre-pandemic time, so they went up over 50%. So I always compare prices to pre-pandemic time. I basically compare every price of anything now to 2018 or 2019. That's my metric. But yeah, it's about 50 to 60% more expensive. Same thing I got today was as cheap as like almost 8 or 9. Way back when. Like, you know, like a decade ago there. Now it's like 16 bucks. Still really good though. Quality hasn't changed, just the price. And the portions are still the same. Which honestly, I don't mind that as much. Like, if you keep the quality and keep the portions. I think the worst part is both slightly increasing the price while slightly lowering the portions. That was one big issue I always had with McDonald's. I feel like McDonald's went down that route. Where over time, they very slowly both increased their price, but also decreased their size. Because I don't necessarily mind a price increase as much if size and quality and everything else still stays up. The bad part is when both of them go at the same time. Like the size gets smaller and the price goes up. What kind of barbecue? I don't know. Are there different kind of barbecues? Not sure how else to describe it. It's just a barbecue sandwich with their special sauce that they have. With a bunch of hush puppies with a special hush puppy sauce that they have. Which is like a honey butter sauce kind of thing. With way too much cinnamon sugar in it. But that's what makes it good. Like, I probably gained 5 pounds from it, realistically. Like, their sauce is literally like, it must be the most unhealthiest thing ever. Well, maybe not. Honey's, like, slightly good for you. But it's basically honey with a lot of butter with so much cinnamon that it's entirely brown. Like, its actual color should be, like, yellow. Like, slightly yellow or, like, a, you know, like a whitish color. But it has so much cinnamon sugar in it that it's literally brown. Despite everything else in it indicating that it should be white or yellow. Slightly, like, yellowish white. It's brown from so much brown sugar. It's probably molasses instead of honey. I have no clue. Could be a mix of both, because it definitely does have a sweet honey taste to it. But it's definitely a lot more butter than honey if it is honey. It definitely tastes like honey, though. Like, not to an overpowering degree, but to enough that you could taste it in it. I should have went for the other skull. Why does it feel like every Eye of Argyrus I've done all stream has missed? Even that one. They just do not want to hit today. So have we done 5 battles yet? I feel like we've done way more than 5. That's the only problem I've been having with this new system. Is I actually way overdo how many battles I need to do per area. Like, I'll sometimes do almost a dozen battles in an area before I realize I did my 5 battles in the area. just a little overshooting. Just slightly. Not by much. Just a few, like, more than doubling. Has anyone else done that yet? I can't be the only one. Have any of you tried going for the 5 kills and then end up doing over a dozen? Because I've done that at least 5 times now, if not more. Or I go for the 5, but don't keep even remotely track of where those 5 were. Especially if I'm distracted with other things. And then I find out later on that I've been doing the same battles for like 15 to 20 minutes and could have probably switched ages ago. This battle's actually so weak that this team is slow against it. Because it doesn't have enough durability for this team to justify being used. You got 6 silver marks for your login today? That's weird. Yeah, I was supposed to get 6. I'm not sure why I got 5. It's not like I did it really close to reset time. Like, I could see if I took it, like, right at reset time, it accidentally gave me 5 instead of 6. But I took it, like, 6-7 hours after reset. Should have given me the full amount. Not like it's that big a deal. Getting gypped 1 single silver is not that big a deal. Oh, we still got gypped to silver today. It takes us, like, literal seconds to get one. Because we're getting 21 per fight from doing a fight like this. And the fight takes, like, what, 30 seconds? Give or take a bit. Why are all these so bad? I want to take the easier fight, but the easier fight stats weren't low enough, so it wasn't really worth it. So I think I'm number 1 in my rank now. So we get to move forward, though of course it doesn't get checked until the end of the week. But I highly doubt we're going to lose it by then. Especially because the people we're fighting against aren't fighting against us. So I feel pretty safe. Because they don't know we're ahead of them. Unless someone in their section is really grinding like crazy and they feel the need to do so as well. Yeah, Damon, you take the skull. What do you think of the Holiday Troop? Do you think it's one that won't really get used much? No, I think it's actually pretty good. It's actually better than Fairy Godmother in some situations. Not all, though. But in some situations, it's stronger Fairy Godmother. Its final trait is stronger, but its ability is weaker. So if you don't have Fairy Godmother, you do now. And if you, and even if you do, if you just need it for its final trait, it might actually be better off just using that rather than Fairy Godmother. Situationally. Though similar to Fairy Godmother, it's very rarely going to get used. Like, I almost never touch her. But, it has basically the same use cases as her. Just ever so slightly different. Also, why did I do it again? I actually didn't need to do that. That was a waste of a rope dart. I'm just blocking my mana. Why did I do it? All I did was waste 14 mana. 14 precious mana. Yeah, you actually currently can't pay to win the silver marks. Because every way that you get silver marks is based on you actually doing PvP. Currently. You can't just buy silver marks. You could cheese gold marks like crazy with money. But as it currently stands, you can't really cheese silver marks. At least not directly. Like, you can't spend money directly to get silver marks. currently. So it's one of the few that you actually earn. It's actually very similar to how Glory was back in the day. His Glory system when it first came out is actually pretty similar to how Silver Marks work now. Not exactly the same, but very, very, very similar. So they basically added Glory back to the game with Silver Marks. Or at least how it used to work way back in the day. Because originally, the only way you used to get Glory was as a daily. So kind of like how we get a small amount of Silver Marks each day. They used to be the only way to earn Glory way back when. And then they added it as a result of like PvP fights and such. Which, you know, is how Silver Marks work now. You go to a designated location and you get your Silver Marks. So it's basically what Silver originally was supposed to... Or, Silver Marks are basically what Glory was originally was and was supposed to be. But eventually it got so crowded in other drop tables and everything that it lost what its identity was. So instead, to fix it, they added a new currency, and then that new currency became Glory. But, it's basically what happened. Silver Marks are literally just what Glory was. Like the OG Glory. Way back when. Before it got added to a billion different drop tables. And basically made the currency pointless. Not pointless as far as its usefulness, but pointless as far as, like, it's so easy to accumulate. Like, just look at last Vault weekend. We probably got, like, 100,000 plus Glory without even trying. Probably even bigger than that. Like, Glory Gnomes alone literally drop 1,000 at a time. The weekly limit for Glory at one point was, like, a few hundred. Now you take out one Glory Gnome and you get that in a single drop. Not even counting the billion other ways you get Glory these days. But they kind of brought it back with Silver Marks. So even Silver Marks, you get them way quicker than how much you used to get Glory back in the day. Like, they're still a slow currency to get right now, but Glory way back when was actually even slower than that. When the game first came out. As well as for at least a year after. But they kind of went with a bit of a middle ground for Silver Marks. Where it's not as slow as Glory used to be, but still pretty slow. Hello, Black Atchasol. Welcome, welcome. How do you make a good low-level team for Invasion? Use the new troop, use the new weapon, and there's your team. That'd probably be the easiest way. Otherwise, yeah, use the new guy. This is the new guy. If you happen to have Stonebiter, use him too. Flame Troll, you could double some reds if you want. And then a new weapon. If you don't have that, literally just use the new guy, the new weapon, and just plop whatever else you have. It does require 210 gems to get to that point. Though I do advise hoarding 210 gems at some point throughout the week and then get it. And then go through Invasion. But as long as you have these two things, you'll probably be fine for most of them. You just need the Jordrin, which you get for like 90 gems. The weapon, which after you spend 210, another 120 after that 90 gems, you'll get that weapon. And those two together is pretty much all you really need. Also, where's that weapon I just had? Come back, I forget what it's called. Because it just came out today and I don't know what its name is. The Enor Mace. There we go. Alright, where are we heading to next? So how are we doing our goals? Oh, look at that. We're almost already halfway there. We've been getting a lot of slower ones. Luckily, we just got a really quick one here. The Strix one is probably the most wonderful one to have right now. You have 750 gems? Oh yeah, I would advise doing that then if you haven't already. Spend 210 gems to get the invasion thing. And then you're good to go. Yeah, I haven't covered a weekly video yet. I still need to go do that. I normally cover it on Mondays. Just got a bit preoccupied today. But we will be soon. And that should be a match. There we go. Nice and quick. Why can't they all be this quick? Yeah, if you just want to farm VP, the easiest way is just go to an easy location like this and just keep spamming it over and over again. The only reason I'm not doing that is I'm trying to earn silver marks as well. But if you only care about like the 6,500 VP or going up to diamond rank or any other similar thing, you can just spam the easiest location. Which I would say is pretty much a Strix location, because it still has all the really easy ones. There's a few other ones that are decently easy too, like Yellow Restriction and stuff like that, which also includes this team and similar teams. But yeah, the Strix are yellow. Some of the easier ones. Also under purple, you have access to Thrall Leprechaun. So a lot of easy teams under that as well. Can I double tap that? I can. And Merry Christmas to your wallet. Also, hello, Eric. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff happening right at the beginning of next year. Not only will it be the start of the first campaign for next year, since it basically got delayed by 3 weeks until the beginning of next year, but we're also going to be getting a new kingdom literally on the 1st of the month. So yeah, it's going to be a very busy new year. Same thing actually happened last year, too. Like that week right in the first year, you know, right at the beginning of New Year last year, they piled 1.5 billion events. We had like 5 things going on in 1 week. And they're basically doing a repeat of last year this year. We're going to have 1,500 events the first week of the year. Because we're going to have a new campaign, a new kingdom, a new pet, a new faction. Assuming that's the day that they do it. Otherwise, we're getting a new class, if not a new faction. As well as all the other events that would normally run on a given week. So there's going to be a lot of things. Why did I take that? That was kind of pointless. If anything, that actually makes our extra turn chance worse. Oh, no. Oh, so I should be targeting this one. It's the only non-yellow. You should do that because the other thing has double damage against yellows. I was gonna say, I would love if we just could randomly get a skull so we could go kill them already. Is PvP worth doing? With the reworks, I would say yes. I would say at least do your 6.5k every week. Which is kind of like the old 1.9k system. Which is this one right over here. Which is actually what we're trying to do exactly right now. We're also trying to go for some silver marks. Try and take us about another half an hour or so. I'm not doing the quick method to go get them. Because we're actually silver mark chasing while doing it. Which is not needed, but I'm gonna do it anyway, so it feels like a waste if I don't go for it. And if we save some time now in the long term, it's gonna cost us more time. So better just go for it now. Oh, don't gain barrier. Luckily that double tap, so it actually doesn't matter at all. Wait, how did you lose 2 Volkies fighting? Oh wait, you actually lost the Volkee fight? Oh no! Yeah, really early on in the game that can happen. Normally running something that has barrier or something similar could be a good way to not die on it. How many more battles do we need, or did we already get them all? I'm pretty sure we already got them all. Yep, probably have for the last 5 minutes. Where are we heading to next? We got Stormheim. Can I skip? Can we get like a skip button? Stormheim. I hate this team. And I don't want to run the other team either. They're both horrible. I guess technically I could run Blue Book here. No, I can't even do that because Stormheim doesn't even have Blue Book. What are you guys running for Stormheim? Because honestly, I feel like the teams are abysmal here. Stormheim is by far the worst location this week and last week. It's just what you have access to is just not quick. It's either this or like the Giant team. Giant team might be a little quicker though. But it's fun getting this team to work. This place is definitely the slowest out of any location this week. Even more so than Giant, even though pretty similar teams are used there. Not to mention, you have to deal with this barrier guy, which is not nice. He's really high barrier rate. Even though he's normally not considered a good barrier troop, him having any amount of barrier is already just so annoying. You actually run Onyx Golem? Interesting. In first slot? Instead of hero? Because Onyx is that one troop that kills itself. He does a bunch of scatter damage, converts 8 gems of a chosen color to Uber Dooms. Oh, well, I guess you do get Uber Dooms out of it, don't you? I guess we could try it. Alright, there we go. We'll run it like that. Onyx, Boulder, Hammer to exist, because I need half mana start for all of them. I'll give it a shot, see what happens. He's one of those troops that can kill itself, but honestly, these things have such low stats, I guess it's not a liability. Once you have actual player versus player teams, I don't think you might want to run him. Because otherwise he's going to backfire way too hard. But right now it actually doesn't matter, because everything that we're up against is so weak. So him backfiring actually doesn't really do much. I say that as the enemy gets a billion things. Do I convert green? I feel like I should, but I also feel like I shouldn't. I'm just going to double. Double once, double twice, double again. Convert brown. And rinse and repeat until win. You need mana. You need to stop creating Ubers for the enemy. This is a bit quicker. Until he kills himself on turn 1. But until that happens, yeah, this is a little quicker. Even though he keeps hitting himself, he's ultimately giving us more value by the end of it. Even though it takes half his HP bar every single time it happens. Has a level 400. Should you open your glory and gem keys? Yes. Now would actually be the time to do so. Either now or wait for a new mythic, but generally this early in the game, you kind of just want to be getting any mythic in the game. So opening them now when there's not an exclusive mythic, which is the first week of every month. But at your current point, yeah, you should be going for the general drop table. So just using them whenever is perfectly fine. But yeah, pretty much every key you have, you should be dumping immediately, with the only exception being shiny keys. And that might be the only exception now that I think about it. Is there any other key? Oh, also seal keys. Seal keys you want to keep until your guild has 40,000. If you're not in a guild that can currently reach 40,000 seals in a given week, you might want to hold them until you are in one that can. Or at least 20,000 if nothing else. But, yeah, seal keys... and which are called guild keys as well as shiny keys are the only two you would really not open immediately. Every other key you pretty much would. Oh, and event keys I guess you would technically hold on to for better weeks. I go over in every Monday video if it is or isn't, which we haven't covered yet. Soon, TM. But when we do. But I don't know, this week's not awful to go do it on. We have a Stormheim event. Given how annoying this location is, having a few extra things for Stormheim wouldn't hurt. It's not the best week to be using it on, but it's also not the worst. Just because how annoying Stormheim is to win without better options. Am I buying gold marks to get the pets? No, I am not going to be buying any gold marks ever. I'm not even sure if I'm spending gold marks on pets. If it's possible to get them all without it at some point, there's no point in ever getting them. So I'm actually just hoarding all my gold marks for a while. I'm actually not spending a single gold mark until at least an update or two from now. Like, we're probably going to have like a little over 1,000 or something. Yeah, I'm not spending it for quite a while. Right now, my goal is just, as far as marks are concerned, we're going to be hoarding every gold we ever get for what will likely eventually be dumping into deed books. And then the rest, I'm trying to get to 2 silver pets every week until we have them all. So I need to get 1,500 silver marks each week. We did that last week, and obviously we're going to do it again this week. And the following week, and the following week, and the following week, until we have them all, until they add more, in which case we need to do it again. I will throw that down. Oh, that didn't work. I need red, or blue, or anything. Why am I not spending them? Because they might be free at some point. Also, I'm not 100% certain if they never cycle for silver. I assume they don't ever cycle for silver. But if they ever did, you would never want to spend gold on them. I'm not sure. Oh, did I make a purple team yet? I may not have. Oh, good, I did. Because I think I was doing a few battles on mobile earlier. And I actually did make up a purple team. Because I was going to show it for the weekly video. Yeah, it's basically just Diamantina, wand. You know, basically just any Thral Leprechaun team in existence. Pretty much exactly what you'd expect. Nothing new here. Pretty standard team. Thral, Leprechaun, Damage Source, anything. Not exactly in that order. But the core team. You can build basically anything out of this with any troops. And we're just using Diamantina for it. We could use the new Celestial Dragon. We could use anything. Just happen to be using it with Diamantina. I would love if you didn't get 1,000 skulls. There we go. Where did you get so many skulls from? I guess we do have a Skull Storm right now. Wait, what hero class am I using? Is it coming from my hero class? Where's that Skull Storm coming from? There's something on his team. Wait, do I have Archmages set to Doomstorm? I should set that off if so. Because actually, does that hurt us? That technically helps Diamantina. So you know what, we'll leave it on. He's not going to get that lucky that often. It'll occasionally happen, but it'll be very rare. Oh, I was about to cast that. Fine, we'll do wand. Gosh, wand is so broken. Honestly, out of every hero weapon in the game, it's like one of the few I'd put into like S+ tier. If we ever did a weapon tier list again. Like, it's one of those that kind of belongs on its own. Tied with the 6 books. Oh, we almost just one-shotted. Actually, we did. Stick the skull. Why not use the book? Yeah, we could be using a purple book here. You can actually be using a book on all of them. Like on purple, we could be running purple book. On blue, we could be running blue book. I've just been going double cast Diamantina instead. Yes, for every single one of them, you're allowed to run book. As haven't been. He's like for blue. I think I went a true damage build, but you could run blue book as well, of course. Hey, we got Orc again. Alright, how are we doing on silvers? How many silvers have we gotten? Oh, I took first place by like more than double. Still need like another 3,000. Who knows? Maybe we don't go for 6.5k tonight. Because I was doing it earlier thinking like, oh, we need to get it so that we start getting more of those marks. But I forgot. We get that just from going up in the league. You don't actually have to do 6.5k on first day. It's actually a benefit of this new system. In the previous system, you had to get 1.9k in order to max it out. But, yeah, you don't need to in this new system. You can literally just let it stay there. Still go for a few more, though. I think we won't go all the way, though. We'll go for like 4k for now. Finish the rest tomorrow, Wednesday. We have till the end of the week. You got a green book and a blue book from the gold marks. Nice. Oh, you actually cashed them in for deeds. Nice. Yeah, the deed books are really nice. I'm considering putting mine into them. Like, realistically, I'm probably going to put them into them instead of the pets. I just haven't decided yet. Those pets are just so expensive. They're 1.5 deed books each, which makes them the most expensive pets in the entire game in the current state of the game. Which is why I'm just going to hoard my gold marks for a while. Because if they are gold mark locked forever, then yes, we will eventually need to do it. But if they are ever available in any way, shape, or form for anything that isn't gold marks, either in the pet drop table, or they get like silver mark options or anything else, then we are just going to spend every single last gold mark on deed books. But until we get that confirmation, like if they eventually decide we will never add them to anything other than gold marks, then we have to go buy them because we need them for completionist sake. But until that exact moment where they basically say gold marks are the only way they will ever be available forever. Until they say that, we are hoarding every gold mark we have. And I'm never going to spend them on deed books or anything. That way when we actually do need the pets, we can just get them all at once. And by all at once, I mean over the course of a couple months. Because even if I have all the gold marks, we still have to wait till they all rotate. That is like my current game plan for them. Hoard 1 billion gold marks until we have confirmation on further things. Because their current wording makes it seem like you can almost get them for free later. Which means you definitely shouldn't be spending 1.5 deed books per pet currently. As that is very expensive for something you basically get for free if you just wait like half a year to a year. Because their bonus doesn't even do anything, really. Like, if we had an orc bonus, we'd gain no benefit right now. Because of what our team composition is. So if one of those gold-marked pets, which I think one of them was an orc, if one of them was like orc bonus, it wouldn't even matter. Because the meta orc team doesn't even use the bonus at all. Because this counts as a 1 orc team. Because 3 are the same, so it counts as 1. And hero's not even orc, I don't think, right now. Which I don't even remember what it is, but it's not orc. Yeah, you do get a ton of free gold marks from the PvP League, though that is going to be pretty competitive probably at Diamond. We don't know how much, though. But it's definitely going to get harder. Like, it's probably still going to be easy the next few weeks. Starting near the new year, once the system's fully in place with all the teams, and you're up against, like, you know, like, completely real people. Not like you aren't now, but if you moved up a rank. But I mean, like, real people as in, like, also hard people. Like, people who actually have teams for everything and everything. And are actually, like, very actively playing. But once we get to that point, it'd be interesting to see how it pans out. Also, I would love to not die on this fight. Are we almost dying? There's not a fight we should even remotely be close to dying on. And we're about to die. I have never actually lost this a single time yet. How are we nearly dead? How are we about to die? How are we dead? What happened? Where did it all go wrong? I think it's my first PvP loss all week. Oh no, our perfect streak. It burns. Oh, wait, there it is. It burns! We lost once! You do eventually lose, though. Actually, that's not true. First place has never lost. Second place has lost 4 times. Interesting. Yeah, current first place this week on leaderboard has not lost a single fight all week. But we finally lost one! we got Eye of Argrist by itself. Yeah, I wasn't paying that much attention. But also they got a lot of skulls on us randomly for no reason. I would advise not buying Dragonite with gold marks. There are realistically only 3 things that gold marks should ever be used on. They are the pets, which is probably the best thing to use them on. However, we don't currently know what's going to happen with them, like how easy or hard they might be to get in the future. But as it currently stands, it is the pets, the deed books, and the shiny keys. Those are the only 3 things I would ever use those things on. Everything else is actually a bit of a waste, as they are farmable through other means at a decent rate that isn't too bad. Yeah, the pets are for PvP only, which is why you don't really need to bother with them. Which is why we're not going for any of the gold ones for a while. But yes, the bonuses only apply to PvP. And only if you're using the team bonus thing. So for example, if I had the orc pet right now, we'd gain no bonus, even though we're doing the 4 times orc team. Because our hero, not an orc. Our 3 orcs, all the same orc, so it only counts as 1. So I'd be gaining 0 benefit from the orc pet if we had the PvP orc pet. So a lot of them don't even do much, if anything at all. Yeah, Shining Keys isn't as worth it, but if you needed some in a pinch, it wouldn't be horrible. Like, it's the lowest value good one, is the Shining Keys, I would say. Let's do one last set of 5 battles. And, oh gosh, why did I say that? We gotta do giants. Oh no. Why? Still using this team. We can use any weapon. About to go use brown book. How do you find books? Because you don't just type in book. You have to go to like weapon. Weapon. Where's my weapons? Weapon. Tome. Let's go get brown book. It's that time. I just realized, how am I gonna feed it mana though? I literally just get reds and yellows. This team has no way to feed us brown. Other than book itself. It's literally a piece of content locked behind itself. As I need brown in order to create brown. But I can't create brown without having brown, but I need brown to be able to create brown. There we go, now we can create brown. And now we kind of just win automatically, in theory. In practice, a book will never work for us. We're currently using it, so it has a 100% chance to not land extra turn. As well as not give us back our mana. As the way of the book. I will take it again, get back to full mana. Why does this book feel so much weaker when we're using it? Why doesn't it ever do the things that it does when the enemy has it? Come on, I want full power book. Give us that infinite loop into auto win. Well, I guess now they have less of a team, so we do get less spawn now. But their team did start as 4 times brown. Prior to us killing half of it. There we go, nice. I'll take the weaker fight. Honestly, we should be for these. I'll catch you later, Isabel. Thanks for stopping by. Do you do normal levels or mythical in Invasion? It's cheaper to just keep them normal, but it does have more power if you upgrade it. But it's not that required because that troop you're never going to use again after this week. So earlier in the game, you can just keep them at epic rarity and you'll be fine. At least for invasions. It's one of those modes where keeping at the lower rarity is perfectly fine. Like the rarity that you get it at. It'll do slightly less damage, but you still get the full amount of points for the mode. Should you craft Diamantina or Stellarex first? Diamantina. I still personally feel like Diamantina is way stronger. We will be covering a video on Stellarex hopefully this Wednesday, fingers crossed. However, I personally do feel like Diamantina is stronger. I'll mention that and everything else in the video too, but if I was to go for any set first, if I had neither, I would definitely go for the Gem Dragons before I would go for the Celestial Dragons. Not that the Celestial Dragons are bad. It's just most of the value comes from when you finally get Stellarex. Whereas all 7 of the things you get, or all 7 of the dragons you get when doing Gem Dragons are actually usable. Whereas I personally feel like all the colored, like, you know, the non-Stellarex Celestial Dragons are all pretty bad. So if you get really unlucky for a while, you're basically getting nothing for like a dozen plus drops until you actually get the one you need. Whereas pretty much every Gem Dragon you can use the second you get it. Not that you can't with the others, it's just the Gem Dragons boost better and everything. Like, you'll get far more value from a random Gem Dragon than you would from a random Celestial Dragon. And the thing that you get all the way at the end when you fully upgrade it is better than the Celestial Dragon. Because the Celestial Dragon mechanic kind of already exists to a degree. Not everything that it does, but its basic premise of do a bunch of AoE damage while infinite extra turning. That already exists. You could just get Truffle, like, for free from Amethyrax, and you basically have it. You're good to go. Whereas what Diamantina does is unique. It is currently the strongest full AoE cast in the entire game. While there are alternatives, like Phoenicia and such, none do as much damage as Diamantina does. making it a rather unique mechanic until something else is higher than it, which is probably not going to happen anytime soon unless they really start power creeping, which I'm pretty sure is not happening anytime remotely soon, though it could eventually happen. I said that about Phoenicia for the longest time. Like, she's really good, but the second we get a higher one, which ended up being Diamantina, she's going to become, like, pretty much unused. Which is pretty much the case. She's still used ever so occasionally in niche purposes. Like, for example, running her daily adventure board can actually still be quicker with her. And a few other things like that. Otherwise, it's kind of been replaced by Diamantina in every situation. But anyways, I think we're going to end it there for now. I didn't actually do the full 6.5k grind, but I kind of remembered during the stream that we technically don't need to be able to get the maximum amount of points per day. It's actually based on your league rank, not based on how many points you have. Before, you used to get 1.9k to be able to get the full amount, but that's not the case anymore. The amount that you get off your daily system is based on this league, which changes week by week. So no longer do you have to power grind on Monday. So I didn't even think about that. That's actually one grind they removed from the game. You no longer gain a benefit from power grinding the weekly PvP on day 1. You could actually spread her out across all 7 days and not get penalized for it. Whereas the previous Init system, you got partially penalized if you didn't do it all on Monday. But this new system, you can actually spread it out and do it all on Sunday if you really wanted to. But you can spread it out throughout the week and not get penalized at all on loot. Which is actually a pretty cool different mechanic with it that I didn't even think about until literally the stream. Because I just was kind of thinking the old system, like, oh, we need to go max all the way to get the points. But that's not how it works anymore. So, yeah, a lot of it's more weekly based, which is kind of cool. But anyways, guys. Oh, what are we running for the thing? You're running the Amernus, Jordan, Baldur. Yeah, that should be fine. You might want to run your Jordan in first slot. Especially once you start getting to, like, 4 towers, just so we can plow through them a little bit quicker. But otherwise, yeah, that should end up working out pretty well. Using the Baldurs to get them up. You might want to replace out your first slot even with Titan Hero if you have that traded. It gives 50% mana start to all giants. So using some kind of weapon with Jordan in first slot, followed by your hero with, like, the resummon weapon you get during the thing itself. If you spend 210 gems, that new explodey weapon, that green-yellow one. If you use Jordan, that, and then double Baldur, you can get some pretty good value. But anyways, guys, we're going to be calling it here for now. We'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 2 hours prior to now tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will have the weekly video going over everything very soon, TM. Hopefully tonight. If not tonight, very, 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 very early tomorrow. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Because if not, it probably won't be up till like 5 tomorrow. 5 p.m. So let's hope so. Otherwise, it's going to be very late tomorrow. So hopefully I'll get it up tonight or tomorrow morning. But yeah, we'll have that up. I think there's only a few teams I really need to go cover that we don't already have built out yet. I don't think I built the faction ones, but those take that long. Titan class, I don't think I bothered putting here yet either. Which is, there's a lot of teams I actually haven't built for these yet. I need to go do that. Well, we'll do that later. It's not going to be that big a deal. Cover all the teams, go over all the weekly things. Quite a few things to mention, most of which we mentioned in stream, but will be recapped in a way shorter amount when we do it in the video. So if you didn't catch the beginning of stream, it'll be recapped pretty nicely in the video, hopefully. Anyways, guys, enjoy your week. Catch you guys later. Thanks for stopping by. Stay warm out there. Enjoy the holidays. And see you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.